Hello, Rick. Cheers. Good morning or good afternoon. Hello, Rick. Good to meet you. Thanks for joining Patreon, Rick. I noticed you are the newest member. Welcome to the club. I just had a great private lesson, diamond tier lesson today. Actually, a couple of them. It's so great to work with you guys. Today I've got my strat. You can see the dots nice and clear. See where I'm at. Type in the chat. Waiting for a couple of Daves to show up. Type in if you're a Patreon member. I appreciate you being here and being on Patreon. Patreon is my online music community. There's a free tier, which I'm posting a lot of these lead sheets with tabs at that level. So join Patreon and other stuff too. Just be a part of the community. Of course, you can also join in at the silver tier to get access to all of my tabs and PDFs and sound slice and bonus videos. Hey, Rome, you made it. Good lesson today with you. Dave and David, thanks for joining in. All right, I think we're just going to go ahead and get started on this great bossa nova classic. But it's not your typical Joe Beam tune, which I love, but it's a French tune, Watch What Happens, written by Michel Legrand for the movies The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. I'm loading it up. I'm loading up my Patreon right now on my app. Let's see. So I can take a look. Type in the chat who else is joining in. This was inspired by my diamond tier lesson this morning. So I wasn't planning on doing this song, but I was like, oh, hey, this is a great song. I play it almost every gig. So why not do it? A little bonus video live stream, hang out with you guys and share with you what I know of this tune. Let me make sure I'm all kind of set here. But do join and grab that PDF that's in the link here. I'll show you in a second. Oh yeah, thanks for doing this too. That always helps. Terry, good to see you. I'm not liking my sound here. A little bit too bright for this guitar. Let me get some bass frequencies. I want it to sound really warm. Watch what happens. 2, 3, 4. We could do that style too. That was kind of what I was going over in my private lesson earlier today. Is some funky version. I was like, oh, this song would make it cool. Little funk style. Anyone else here? Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and go to my Patreon and check out my lead sheet. I also have a solo guitar arrangement too. So let me get that all loaded here. Get this going too. Watch What Happens. So many people have recorded this song. Frank Sinatra, Wes Montgomery, Django Reinhardt. No, Django didn't record it. That was a joke. But he would have if he was still alive, because it was written in 1964. That was 11 years after Django had passed. Michel Legrand. This is from the movie The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Great film. Great musical. If you have not seen it, highly recommended. Another great song that came out of this musical is I Will Wait For You. Beautiful, beautiful song. Michel Legrand was a fabulous composer and arranger. Let's see. So this is what you'll see. Grab the lead sheet if you haven't already done that. You're going to want it. I'm going to teach you how to memorize a song really fast, though. That's what I like about these live streams, is that I get to share with you my favorite tricks. Here it is. Watch what happens. Grab it. The tabs. Super easy song. Maybe that's why I do it almost every gig. I like easy songs. I like fun and easy songs. Okay, and it's got this hook, this earworm hook that people hum the next day while they're at work. They're like da 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 da. And the chord progression, very, very common chord progression. It's Take the A Train. It's a Take the A Train chord progression, the A section, right? And that, of course, is exactly like you. That's the girl from Ipanema. So many songs use this common chord progression. The A section to A Train is what I usually say. So we're in the key of E flat major. This happens to be in the same key I taught the other song in the other day. I don't even know what song. I've been teaching so many songs lately, but it was also an E flat. Maybe it's this one. The way you wear your hat, the way you sing off key. Maybe it was, I don't know. I can't remember what song, but E flat's a great key. I'm not going to go through that whole chord routine, even though I really want to, but maybe I'll go through another one of my favorite routines with you, my 9th chord routine, in a minute here. I like to share all these different little chord routines that I like to do for practicing. All right, so we're in the key of E flat. We've got the 1 chord. That's E flat major 7. Okay. And by the way, I don't think I need to do it, but make sure you know my grip chord routine. Major 7, dominant 7. Oh, I am doing it. Minor 7, minor 7 flat 5, dim 7. Those are the 5th string root grip chord routine. And then the major 6 and the minor 6. Be able to just whip out those chords. And the other thing I always say is make sure you know your bass notes. And that's a good way, if you're just learning a song, memorize the bass line first. So for this song, check out how easy it is. E flat, F. That's a 2. Then F still, but it's dominant to minor, 5. In the chromatic, 1, sharp 1, 2, sharp 1, 1. And that's the turnaround. That's what makes it so unique and so special, is this. And that little melody hook there. Sorry, I should grab a pick here. So we've got the 1 chord, E flat major 7. We've got the 2 dominant, just like Take the A Train, but I'm going to do F9. I like the F9 instead of F7, or instead of F7 like this. The chart will say F7, but I like F9. Why? Because the melody note's on that 9th degree. And then we want to make it minor 9. So this is your little 9th chord lesson right here. You got F9, flat your 3rd, and that makes it minor 9. And then B flat 13, or B flat 7, your choice. And then back to E flat major 7. And let's have the E flat major 7 with the 3rd in the melody right here, because listen to this. That's a big part of the song right there, is that catchy hook, chromatic, parallel movement. So E flat major 7, E major 7, F major 7, E major 7. And that's your first H section. Ready? 1, 2 from the top. F9, minor 9, B flat 13, chromatic hook. Repeat. A few times. Let's just jam on this. Minor 9, B flat 13. And again, I just clicked on my loop pedal. Minor 9. melody. Minor 9, 13. Harmony. Such a fun, beautiful song. Really simple, very chill, laid back, great for your wine bar gigs. And I just looped that A section, which you could just practice jamming on for hours. Remember, that's the Take the A Train A section, which is also the girl from Ipanema. The 1, the 2 dominant, which I'm using a 9th chord, then we minor it, and back to the 5, and then the chromatic side slipping parallel, all major 7s. Leading to the B section, the second time through, we continue the chromatic movement. So it's this. Which now we're in the key of G major temporarily. And now the composer, I don't know if Michel Legrand was consciously thinking of, hey, I'll use the A section to A train, and then the A section to, ready for this? What song is that? Who knows? Chris Guitar Show. Do you know? Welcome. Somewhere there's music. Oh, I just almost gave it away. Nice, Rick. All right, good. I know you know these tunes. That's good to know. So yeah, he's using the B section. For his B section, he's using the A section, How High the Moon. So if you already know How High the Moon, then you know the B section now to Watch What Happens. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is to make these connections for you on how to memorize these songs quickly, especially using chord songs to chords that you already know already, chords to songs that you already know. So if you know How High the Moon, you already now know the B section to Watch What Happens. It's actually in the standard key. So G major, 2 bars. Turn that to minor, and that becomes a 2-5 sequence. It's called delayed cycle. To the F major, goes down a whole step, just like the Miles Davis tune-up. And then that's F major, turn that to minor. Now it becomes a 2-5, back home to E flat. And now we're doing the last A section. There's gonna be a little tag here, a little hook that goes like this. This little embellishment, the side slipping embellishment, enclosure is a good word for it, because it goes half step above, half step below, into the note that we want to arrive to. E, D, E flat. Okay, so before we do that, let's do the B section again and make sure you know that. Chris, welcome. So again, we did the walk up. We went like this. G minor, F major, F minor, 2-5, and last A. So again, G major, 2 bars, turn that to minor, C13. I like C13, C7 is fine, C7 sharp 5, whatever you want. Minor it, F minor, B flat 13, and back to your last A. Beautiful song. Watch what happens. And there are words. There's English translation to it. I don't know them, but Frank Sinatra sings it. Check out his version. I think there's a great version of Sarah Vaughan doing it too. A lot of singers sing the song. Check it out so you learn the words. Oh, I've got it. Let someone start believing in you. Let him hold out his hand. Let him touch you and watch what happens when someone who can look in your eyes and see into your heart. Let him find you and watch what happens. Cold. Let someone with a deep love to give that love to you. What magic you'll see. Let someone give his heart. Beautiful song. So much fun to play. Really, this is such a good jam session song. Such a great song for your wine bar gigs or your living room concert for your cats and dogs. Just learn it. Here we go. We're going to loop the chords now. By the way, if you're just joining me today, we are going through the classic French bossa nova tune. Well, French tune played in Brazilian bossa nova style, or your style. We could do a funk too. Watch what happens. Grab my lead sheet on Patreon. The link is in the description. It's free, just for your educational purposes, and maybe you'll have a little bit of fun learning this. I'm going to get to my loop pedal here, so excuse me while I lean into you here. I'm going to do the whole A section one time through. Actually, I'll do the whole chord progression. Maybe you could just jam along with me here. Type in the comments, by the way, where you're at. Who's joining me? I like to see who's watching these. Don't forget to do this. This helps me keep these going, believe it or not. Just a simple thumbs up keeps these videos happening. So please do that if you haven't already. Join me on Patreon. That's my online music community. There's a free tier. Of course, it's a big community. There's a few diamond spots left if you want a private lesson. I've got like 4 left. We get them once a month, 30-minute session. And I go over whatever you want. Yukon, glad you made it today. So we're going to go through the whole chord progression. I'm just going to do a bossa nova style. That kind of means this. And again, I like to do those little finger picking things for that turnaround. That's in my solo guitar arrangement too. If you haven't already checked that out on Patreon, check it out. The link is in the description. If you're not on Patreon and you want to purchase that arrangement, you can do so also. So here we go. I've got my loop cleared nice and medium. Play along with me. You can play the melody. You can noodle around. I don't care because I can't hear you. Do whatever you want. Play along with me. Learn the chords. I've already mentioned the chord. The A section is Take the A Train, A section, okay? The B section is the same A section as, what's that song? Someone wrote it in. How High the Moon? 1, 2, 3, 4. F9. I'll say the chords. I always recommend saying the chords. F minor 9, B flat 13. Chromatic. Repeat the A. F9, 2 dominant, right? Just like A Dream. Or Girl from Ipanema. And now into the B section. Keep it going. G major. This is How High the Moon, believe it or not. F major. That was a 2-5-1. Turn that to minor. And last A section, actually a C section, because there's a little tag and it's a little bit different. F minor 9. B flat 13, and E flat 6. See that hook? And the 5 chord, 2, 5, top. And here's the melody. Simple. B section. F major. Sus. And that's it. Ready from the top. Let's do it again. 2, 5, here we go. Just a basic melody. I'm harmonizing that lick. Up an octave. Maybe make it Lydian. And then play the D minor penta. That's what I've been talking about a lot lately, is how do you make your ending chord Lydian? You play the minor pentatonic scale a half step below your root and add in the sharp 4. Yeah, Yukon's question is, can you tell me what's going on with the G major 7 and G minor 7? Minoring the major, that's called a delayed cycle. Okay, there's a famous Miles Davis tune called Tune Up. Miles Davis song. You go 2, 5, 1, then once you land on that 1, in this case we're in G major as the 1, we modulated, you turn that to minor, and it becomes now the 2. So it becomes a new cycle, 2, 5, 1, to F major. And then that F major turns to F minor. Now that becomes a 2, a B of E flat, so it becomes 2, 5, 1. That's called the delayed cycle. So we have G major 7, that's our 1. We turn it to minor, that's now the 2 of F. So we go 2, 5, 1. Then we arrive at F, that's now our new 1. But we're going to turn that to 2, minor it, right? And that becomes 2, 5, back home to the E flat. So again, that's called a delayed cycle. Check out the Miles Davis Tune Up. It's a 2, 5, 1 in the key of D, and then that D major turns to minor, and it goes down a whole step. So that's 2, 5, 1 sequence, delayed cycle. You're welcome. Again, it's nice to know, to understand these progressions, these common chord progressions. I'm always referring and mentioning songs that I recommend that these Take the A Train, Girl from Ipanema, these stock progressions. You're welcome, Rick. And Rick, it's good to see you, Well, I don't see you, but good to have you on Patreon too. I'm glad. I'd like to hear your feedback and be a part of the community and see what you're working on and enjoying. So again, this is a super fun song. And by the way, on that little harmony, I was just going to the next note in the chord, just to create a nice little harmony there. So let's talk about some other chords here. I like E flat 6/9 quite a bit too. F9 sharp 11. This is just me just kind of jamming solo guitar. F minor 11, B flat sus, and then maybe F13, F minor 7. Cliche. That's E flat major 9. That's just G minor, by the way, G minor 7 with the E flat in the bass. I love that. I love this kind of a hack where I'm just thinking this. And G minor 7 with E flat in the bass equals E flat major 9. So just bar across like this and do this. This is very important because once you know your G minor 7 shapes and inversions, you do this, you do this, do this, do this. But that's all over the E flat, and that creates an E flat major 9. So, and you can solo thinking G minor penta, and that gives that really nice Wes Montgomery vibe. You can even keep that going on the F7, except I like to play the changes a little bit more. So G minor 7 on the E flat major 7. What else was I doing there? Experiment with colors, you know. Just trying to think of some different things that I would do. Just comping. Maybe sus. F9 sus 4 to the F9. Minor 9. Tritone sub a la Girl from Ipanema. See that? Tritone. And then I'm going to use 9s instead of the major 7. I'm going to use 9s just to mess with it a little bit. But the melody's just you see what I'm saying? So and you can do all the stuff that you want. G major 7, the B section. G minor, C, or tritone, F major 7. And I'm just doing these inversions here. F major 7, F6 9, F major 7, F6, F minor 7. Walk up the scale, diatonic, F minor 7. This is why diatonic practicing is so important. F minor 7, G minor 7, A flat major 7, B sus, and then back. F13 with a 9, really lush. F minor 9, B flat 13, E flat 6. It's a little bland. You could even add the major 7 in. So if you don't know that, let me show you this really quickly here. There's 2 ways you can learn this major 7 voicing with the root on the top note, okay? Because most people will just go to the 6 chord. The chart will say E flat 6. But all you have to do is take this 6 and go to the 7 and refinger it, okay? So here's E flat 6. Here's E flat major 7. Here's E flat 7. We don't want this. But we all love this chord. This is a swing shape. Maybe you do. It's kind of bluesy. But the major 7 is this. Kind of a unique voicing. Listen to it again. Has this little quirky clash. But I like it. A little groove to it. Backbeat. I recommend practicing E flat major 7, E flat major 7, E flat 6 9, E flat major 7. Work through these inversions. F9. Quick quiz. I love quizzing you guys each session. F9. What minor 7 flat 5 to play over F9? F9 equals, oh, I got it. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to say it again because you can think of it two ways. You see F9 on the chart and you want F9 flavor, but you're going to play what minor 6? This is very important, very useful to make this conversion. Whenever you see a chord on the chart, that's what you want. David, yes, A minor 7 flat 5. Now that equals what minor 6? A minor 7 flat 5. Anybody, not just David. So here's F9. Here's A minor 7 flat 5. Here's A minor 7 flat 5. Here's A minor 7 flat 5. C minor 6. Thank you, Yukon. And that's all over the F chord. And that's also important. I'm playing C melodic minor. That would be my choice scale. Over F9. Okay. So when I see an F9 chord, I think C minor 6, which also is equivalent to A minor 7 flat 5. It's great for soloing options as well. On this song, we want to keep F in the bass, just not to confuse. We don't want C in the bass. So again, we have E flat major 7, F9, which is also equivalent basically to C minor 6, okay? So if you're wondering what scale to use, C Dorian, or if you are a little bit more modern, C melodic minor, which is A minor 7 flat 5. Well, if you want to run some arpeggios. Okay. Soloing ideas. I guess that's what I'm talking about now. If you want the chord melody arrangement, I won't go through it all, but it's pretty easy. But please experiment with chord inversions and these hacks. I've got a lot of worksheets on that on Patreon. But grab the chord melody on Patreon or go to the link in the description if you're not a Patreon member. But quick soloing hacks on this or soloing approaches. As I mentioned, I see E flat major 7 on the chart. I'm thinking G minor penta. I love pentatonic scales a lot. That way you can kind of play your rock infused, phrasing and stuff that many of you rather, are already familiar with. And then on the F, that's where you can bebop it up a little bit and maybe play that C minor 7, C minor 6, A minor 7 flat 5 again. So you can think G minor and then C minor 6, okay? And then on the F minor 9, you can play face value F minor, or you can think off the third, which gives you that Wes Montgomery vibe, and think A flat major 7, okay, off the F minor 9. When you really think about F minor 9, it has a built-in A flat major 7. See? So you just play A flat major 7 vibe arpeggio, then maybe make it minor, and then to the G minor. A flat major 7, make it minor. And now as for that B flat, if I'm playing A flat minor with a B flat in the bass, you get this beautiful sound. And that's why you want to play A flat minor against the B flat 7 to create that 9 with the flat 9 with the sus, and then resolve it to the E flat major 9 which is just a little bit more slightly modernized soloing, but it's really nice in that West style, which is G minor. So you have kind of a G minor penta vibe, C minor, A flat major, A flat minor, and then that's, and then the G minor, 11, with the E flat in the bass. You can do this. This is very important. G minor 11, if this is new for you, G minor 11. G, C, F, B flat, D. I'll say that again. G, C, F, B flat, and D. G minor 11. Just play your G minor 7 chord that you would typically play like this, and remove the D because you don't need to double it, and you have C instead, the 4, the 11. This is a pentatonic chord. This is the other pentatonic chord. I talked about this the other day, how an F6/9 or E flat 6/9 is a pentatonic. Well, this is G minor 11. This contains all 5 notes of your minor pentatonic. Okay, so you do this. You have the G, you got the B flat, you got the C, you got the D, and you got the F. In order to be this. That's G minor 11. But put E flat in the bass. Well, I dropped tune already, but. So, there you go. This is a fun song. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session on. Don't forget to do this. I appreciate it. Watch what happens. Join me on Patreon if you're not already part of the community. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Cheers.